Hello everyone, this is Castle Mad Alchemy Comics, and I'm here to bring you another Samurai Troopers anime discussion, where we discuss Samurai Troopers episodes and what we think about them. So today we'll be discussing Samurai Troopers episode 4, titled Combat. So let's get into it. So the episode starts off with where we left off in episode 3. The troopers are fighting some of the dolls and some of the zombies that took over the building through a trap that was set up by Saizo and Hamanosuke, I believe, to get like reconnaissance on where Guy is in his abilities. So, they're setting the trap. The troopers are fighting. Yamato has just unlocked his abilities as the potential hard rock user. And the show ends with a new armored user appearing. This is where we'll go in and start episode 4. So the armored user is who we now know to be Shion. Shion, if you've seen him in the advertisements, he's gotten a lot of flack, but his introduction is one that is very interesting. So essentially, what happens is he fires off a gun that is pretty much explosive. This is one of the things that really gets my attention with Samurai Troopers is they use guns in this and they're effective. But they'll tell you essentially why this may be later in the episode. So we'll get into that in a minute. So they're fighting Saizo, and Kaminosuke disappears off for a little while. I think they think they've beaten him. So now everybody's, handling the rest of the dolls while trying to deal with Saizo. Saizo has some few techniques. His is like he can create little shadow clones and things like that, and he breaks them off to fight off the samurai troopers. Cutting to other situations, Shion is fighting the main Saizo while everybody's fighting the other clones. But it seems that Shion seems to have an issue with Ryusei. And you'll see that him and Ryusei have kind of a history. I guess during the time where they both were samurai troopers. As they beat the guys up, they get entangled because one of the dark armor user, again I think it was Kaminosuke, wraps them up. They didn't really dispatch of them like they thought, and now they're in trouble. But Guy seems to have unlocked an ability that sends paralysis to them. This is soon to find out that this was Nezu's ability when he was killed in battle, and Guy took in his power. So Shion and Ryusei continue to fight, I believe, the main Saizo, or Shion fights the main Saizo while Ryusei takes on Kaminosuke, I believe. It might have been switched, but yeah, they take each other out while the other troopers break free. Saizo believes, I guess they get enough, so they kind of break off. While in that process, Ryusei gets his sickness. He kind of passes out. The two break off, and during this process, everybody goes their separate ways. Shion, feeling kind of disgusted by Ryusei, kind of breaks off, and everybody goes back to the base. So in this process, Ryusei is, kind of a little comatose for a while, and everybody's sitting around trying to figure out a lot of things. So there's a few plot points to touch while they're back on the base. One is with Kaido. He believes that Guy might be starting to gain a little humanity, as in battle he helped them when he lost his weapon. He was helped them and retrieve it and take on the enemy. There was also another good plot point. Apparently, there are three treasures. At this point, for some reason, Shion has come to the base to talk about these three treasures. He has the treasure of the sword. I forget what it was called. I think it was like the sword of decimation or destruction or something. And then the other treasure is the necklace. I don't think they've revealed the third treasure yet, but what these treasures do is it kind of, I guess, helps them figure things out. Like the necklace helps them find the troopers, I believe, while the sword helps create the armors. So this is why I believe like the armors might be able to be created and form around who they are. If that sword's around, you can create weapons and things that helps you fight the demons. And for some reason, only people that can understand it right now is Shion and maybe the dark armor users. Shion asking for the remainder of the treasure kind of gets shut down, and once again, Ryusei jumps in and they have their conversation. Shion, believing Ryusei weak but not knowing the full picture, leaves and they go their separate ways. Later in the episode, they go into a training arc. This is where the four kind of make the decision that Ryusei should step aside, and they say if we can beat you in battle, you need to stop transforming just for we can figure out the issue how to. This is essentially found out. This is another plot point that Ryusei kind of was poisoned in battle during a process where he and Ryusei were on the same team with the troopers, other troopers or their team, and the teammates were kind of left for dead, and Ryusei kind of took Shion and they kind of left. Again, Ryusei didn't leave unscathed because he got some kind of demon poisoning, and it seems the only way that they can cure him of it is to kill the demon that caused the poisoning. Defeating Ryusei, the guys then go back and they are watching a video seeing Shion attack the demon gate that attacked the city. He's going around, he's taking on the armors and stuff like that, and he's taking on the other evil dark armors, while also the minions. This was refreshing because you kind of see the old armors from the previous series come back and they're finding them. The other four appear to help him, and as they're fighting off the other armors and things like that, it is shown that finally Ramaga appears. So this is important for Ramaga to appearing because in another scene they had a kind of a funeral for Nezu, and Saizo was getting kind of grilled by one of the other dark users, and it was found out like yes, he's sending them on these secret missions to try to figure out what is going on with Guy, and because he doesn't want discourse, Ramaga, I guess, spills the beans on what the actual plan is for Guy and the Earth Realm. So Ramaga is now in play, and I guess it's all going to be revealed in the next episode, which is also interesting because I did forget another point, that they do tell you kind of what happens with the old team from like the 90s, that they also have gone into the Demon Gate and have disappeared. So a lot of teams seem to go into the Demon Gate and disappear. So you get a lot of, this is another very rich and exposition episode. It was a very good episode. And I guess you'll find out more later in the next episode 5. So I can't wait for episode 5. I hope we get a lot of information there. And I hope to see you guys there. This is Cass from Mad Alchemy Comics. And this has been another Samurai Troopers episode. Thank you guys and see you in episode 5. Have a nice day.